Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of This Witch is Viral, episode number 10. I have a very special, amazing, beautiful guest today, and that would be my best friend, Miss Julie. Welcome
Hi.
to the podcast, my dear.
Hello. It's been a
Hello.
long
It has been a
time.
hot minute.
What did we say? 2021?
Yeah, 2021. So, for any of you that didn't follow I guess my podcast or our podcast,
Right.
right? Back in the day. So Jules and I had a podcast for, I don't know, what, 10, 11 episodes, maybe something like
I
that.
was,
Plus
yeah.
features. Yeah.
I'll say
Um,
10.
and I was hoping to have her as a guest on This Witch is Viral, which here she is. So thank you very much. And I was looking back at like when we had done our last Friday feature, which is the How Do You Like Us Now? And it was December 17th, 2021. Where the fuck have you been for 4 years, my dear?
Well, things have changed. I can tell you things have changed for the
Yes,
both of us.
yes.
Yeah.
So did you want to elaborate on how
Oh,
things
yeah. I
changed?
guess I can talk about it. Just going to awkwardly sit here. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the biggest one is I'm a mom now.
Yes,
So, which is like that's a whole other podcast episode that we can certainly do.
absolutely.
So that's probably the biggest one. I moved a whole bunch of provinces. I'm back in Ontario. I was out west. That's in a very, very teeny tiny nutshell of what's been happening in my life. So
Yeah, but
that's
all good stuff. All good stuff.
all amazing stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
which is
I would,
incredible.
I'm very proud of and very happy of, and have learned a lot about myself along the way, to say the least.
Yeah.
I somehow now have 3 cats, which is another podcast
Yes,
episode.
you do.
I'm in my like crazy cat mom phase, and I love it. I love it. So
Well,
good.
well, I mean, it happens, right? I
It happens.
remember when I first moved into this house, and it's not very big, and I had 5 cats in here.
Yeah.
Yes, it was wild. It was an accident. I mean, I was trying to do a good. See, you've adopted these 3. I just
Yes.
take
Yes.
random cats that are stray or feral off the streets and want to
Right.
give them a good home. But anyways, I did end up adopting a couple of them out, and then, well, sadly, as you know, my sweet fur baby Ozzy, my heart cat, transitioned back in May 14th. So that's okay. He's still here in spirit, and he'll never go. And in the meantime, I have another feral Rudy. So he's been with me for a few years now, and yeah, I mean, love him like crazy. And just adopted a sweet little puppy, who gives me probably a lot of gray hairs, from Nunavut, back in October 25th. So yeah,
Welcome
so
to parenthood. Welcome to
welcome,
parenthood.
welcome to parenthood. That's what I've been doing, collecting animals. No, but yeah, so yeah, I know it's been crazy. Like I can't believe it's been 4 years since we actually like sat down and did this. It's just wild, wild.
Yes. I mean, it was before I was pregnant, because my son is 3.5. So it
Yes.
was prior to, me even
Yeah,
being pregnant, which is insane.
it is. Although I am thinking now, and I'm like, didn't we sit down here at one point too? Because I remember Ozzy walking all over the place, but I don't remember why we did that.
I must have been visiting.
Yeah, maybe. And we were just like, let's do something.
Throw a podcast.
Let's
Yeah,
record this fucking craziness.
sure. Why not?
So, anyways, so that's what we're doing today.
Yeah.
And also, not only is this my soul sister, best friend, bestie from another breastie, as I like to say. Yeah, I better not do
Oh,
that. Yeah.
yeah. No, don't.
I'll
Don't.
knock the mic down. No. But we're actually here for a more serious reason, which would be to talk about your business, because that is
Yes.
also something that you've been doing the last few years.
Yes.
Um, yeah. So, and on that note, did you want to tell people about your business and kind of,
Sure.
you want to tell them what the name is? Because I love it.
Yeah. So I started a organizing business. The name of it is called Mother Clutter. And basically, what I do, well, there's a variety of things that I do, but I meet up with people, see what they are looking to accomplish. So it could be anything from cleaning out one single cupboard to helping them pack boxes to move. So it's just a matter of getting people focused, organized, feeling more comfortable in their space, because
Yes.
being cluttered and being, having things overflowing out of cupboards and whatever else can be very daunting and overwhelming for a lot of people. But
No kidding.
who has time, right? Like, I don't have time to declutter my own house half the time. So
Mhm.
it was just kind of a little niche need that I saw. I actually saw other people doing it on Instagram, and I connected with a woman who does it professionally in, where is she, Alberta, I think. And I was just like, this is awesome.
And
Like, this is
one of the provinces you've lived.
one
Yeah.
of the provinces.
Yeah.
And it like perfectly fits my crazy A-type personality, where like everything has to be organized and like I don't want anything extra, and like why is there 1,000 things in this room, like at the front of the room. So it gives me a lot of satisfaction that way. And
Hmm.
also just on a personal level, it's really comforting and encouraging and so lovely to see people happy with the results, because they go from complete overwhelm to like you can literally see people just like taking a breath and being like,
Totally.
oh, I can see what's on my counter now. I can open a drawer and like 1,000 random things aren't popping out. So it's just something that comes easy to me, which may not necessarily come easy to someone else. Like, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, right? So if it's a strength that I can help someone with because it's not their strength, then I'm happy to do it. So I get a lot of satisfaction, and it's been great. It's been really, really great.
Yeah. And honestly, like you are the best person to do that kind of thing because,
Oh, thank you.
well, I mean, we've known each other for what, 22 years now? We've been besties for a long time. And
Yeah.
I've always been like all over the place with that shit, like
Yeah.
unbelievable. And it's not that I'm dirty. It's just that
No.
I have this weird thing with stuff and not being able to let stuff go. Sometimes,
Yes,
it's well, I think a lot of the time it can be emotionally driven, but there's
it is.
also other things to it as well, right?
Yes.
So, and then other times I'm like, oh, okay, well, so maybe I've gained weight, lost weight, whatever. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll fit into that in like 6 months. Yeah. And then 6 months turns into like 6 years.
Right.
Um, in fact, my mom, because you're far away, sadly,
Yes.
although in same provinces now,
For
thankfully.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom was helping me declutter a little bit the last few days because I'm like, what better way to start the year, right? With like a decluttered space.
Absolutely. Yep.
And we figured out like, oh my gosh, well, she did so much, but there's like three big garbage bags of clothes. And I'm like, you better take that because she's like, well, don't look in it. And I'm like, no, I'm like, you need to take it because otherwise I'm going to go snooping through it and probably half of it's going to go back in the closet. So she did. She took those bags with her when she left the other day.
That's great. And that letting go piece is really hard. And you touched on two really good points there, Nina, because um, emotional attachment to things is so
Mhm.
real. And when I'm working with clients, I have to be very mindful of that. Like, I
Mhm.
never want to push someone to get rid of something when they're not ready. If you're not ready to let it go, you're not ready. And that's
Right.
okay. But maybe it's setting it aside or putting it aside or putting in a labeled box instead of being, out and about or whatever, just getting it out of your visual, but knowing it's
Mhm.
still there gives you that sense of comfort. So that in itself is organizing, right? It doesn't have to be like you need to get rid of 90% of your stuff. For some people, that's what they want, but that's not necessarily
Yeah.
what they need, right? And it's also how you may have grown up in your own home. Maybe your parents tended to keep everything and you
Mhm.
want to get rid of everything, or it's the same. Or maybe your parents were extremely minimalist and then you are like, well, no, I want to hang on to some things because I didn't get to hang on to some things. So there's a lot of components that come to it. It's not just I walk into your house and like ABC is gone. Let's pack CDE and then FGHIJKL. I'm gonna P.
We're doing the
And then
whole alphabet.
a
Cue
whole
Mom with the
alphabet and
dad.
then like it's not that simple. But for
No.
me, I can compartmentalize that somehow easily in my brain. and I have a pretty good read on people when it comes to emotions in general. That's just another kind of thing that I'm able to easily do.
Well, you're
So
very intuitive and you're very empathetic, right?
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's kind of a job that works well. So, but yeah, it's a very interesting, it's interesting because it's different for every single person. The reasons are, the feelings are,
Mhm.
everything is. So yeah.
Mhm. So you just kind of one day woke up and kind of just wanted to do that? Or was that something that you always felt pulled to do?
I had helped people on several occasions, just even on a
Yeah,
very small scale of being like, I mean, I've come into your kitchen and been like,
I
you need
know.
this, you need that, do it. What is this? Like, why, what is this?
My
You know,
my commitment croutons or whatever. I, Julie comes to my house, I don't know, last time or whatever. She's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, okay, I had these croutons and plus I don't even really eat croutons because I live primarily gluten free.
yeah,
Anywho, that's another story. But there's like what, five in the bottom. I'm like, well, I might need them one day. For
if
what?
that,
What am I gonna do with them?
yeah.
Like, but I don't know. I think like part of me, so I did grow up. Um, I mean, I would say that there was probably poor out there, but we did grow up on a tight budget, even back in the day,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so, and you know, even like my mom and I immigrated to Canada from the Netherlands when I was 3, and we never had much, right? She came
Yeah.
with like basically nothing in her pocket. So once we were able to finally get established and start buying things and have like all the like, I'm like, well, great. I want, or I have now all this stuff. Why would I want to give it away? Because I knew what it was like, even at a tiny small age. And even though my mom made sure I never went without, I still, I think, internalized, I'm sure, the struggles
Of
that she was
course.
having, right?
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so it's still something I'm working. I mean, you know, I've had like, my God, I'll come down to visit you and my car is stuffed. And I'll
Yes.
be like
But you're
only
doing a
going
lot
through.
better though, Nina.
Thank you. I've been
Yes.
really trying. I
Yes.
think self-awareness is a huge part of that. And also too, like maybe as you get older as well, right? You kind of start to go, okay, and call yourself out on some shit. And not to say like my house is not hoardery. It's not like that. It's just
No,
that
not in the
I
least.
am, but I do. I have like my mom the other day, she's like, why do you have all these post-its? I'm like, well, they're like 20 years old. I'm like, well, maybe I need post-it. She's like, there's like this many, you know? So, anyways, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
yeah,
we all have our like superpowers, and sometimes I think I maybe go like I swing too much the other way, where I'm just
right,
like, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't, and I have regretted getting rid of stuff. I mean, I think we all do. I think another part of it too is I moved constantly in
right,
adulthood, but also in childhood. We
right.
constantly moved. So like, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna haul like fuck, I'm not gonna haul 3 bajillion boxes with me from Ontario to BC. Like I had a 1 bedroom apartment that I packed up into 3 suitcases in a garbage bag
yeah. Wow.
because I just
Oh my
whatever
gosh.
stuff. But the
Hmm.
amount of times that I've purchased like a new bed, a new couch, a new table, I could like furnish like 18 houses by this time. So but with that being said, it all comes down to it's being easy for me to like purge stuff, get rid of stuff, organize stuff. It's just what I do. So yeah, there's pros and cons to both and everything.
Right.
But yeah, and then sorry, just like looping back as to why I started doing this is so I was doing it like for friends and family just because. And then I actually mentioned, like I previously mentioned, I saw a woman doing it full time as her job on Instagram. And it was a friend of a
Right.
friend. I reached out and I was like, well, she's doing this full time on her own schedule, making good
Hmm.
money. I'm like,
Hmm.
why can't I do this? I
Absolutely.
know I'm good at this. So why can't I
Oh
do
yeah,
this?
you've always been really good at
So
that.
yeah. So it's just,
Yeah,
that's kind of
totally.
where I've been with it. So slow and steady with clients, but that's how you win the race. So
But
that's
that's also just building a business too, right? Like
it
I've been
is.
building my business now for I don't know, about 4 years or so. And you know, it just takes time. They like to put it out there where it's like you're an overnight, you know, success. That is, in most cases, I would say a crock of shit.
Yeah,
So,
the
you know,
odd person, well, it's like
yes,
you strike gold and you fly, but I mean,
sure, yeah, yep,
realistically, any type of business you're going to do is not going to be that way. So you have to put the grit in, you have to put the time in, blood, sweat, tears, all that
Absolutely.
stuff, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, but it still feels extremely fulfilling and so much better doing something that you know you're good at, that you get paid
Yes.
for, than it is something that you just have to do, right? But of
Oh,
course,
so 100%.
being
I think
adults
the hard
and living life, and as we all know, we still have to have jobs too, right? Like it's just
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yay,
Yeah.
adulting.
Good old life, right? I know. I wish. I know. One day maybe we'll
Yes,
be doing those
yes,
businesses more full time, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So for anyone that kind of wants to get started, is there any tips or tricks you can kind of offer? Just even, yeah, to get somebody going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, overwhelm, I think I'm repeating myself here, but I think a lot of people feel overwhelmed because
Yeah,
there's
I do.
so much.
Hmm.
And it feels like you're never going to get anywhere. And it's going to take you 10 years to get this done,
Hmm.
so on and so forth. So I always try to take it from macro to micro,
Okay.
but try to give yourself a reasonable timeline, because you also don't want to stall, but you
Right.
don't want to overwhelm yourself. Like you got to push yourself a little bit too, right? And that is something that I do as well, is like if I see a client kind of stalling, I'll give them the little extra push to keep going.
Hmm.
So we'll just take, you could start literally from picking one drawer. And I mean it. Let pick one drawer in a room and say this needs to be done in 3 days, four
Right.
days, 5 days, whatever. Go through
Two
that drawer.
years. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Go through the drawer, pick out what you haven't used in, I like to give myself like a year max, but it
Hmm.
depends on what we're talking about, right?
Right.
Because
That
some
makes sense.
stuff, obviously, if you're like
Not, you
baking,
don't want to keep croutons probably in
well,
the, although it's already stale bread anyways.
you could feed birds. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know if they'd like, I think they're the garlic one. I don't know.
Probably not.
Mm.
But give yourself and a lot of time, and do one drawer at a time, and then say, okay, the kitchen needs to be done in the month of October. Because again, we're all so busy. Like sometimes you have to
Right.
do it like the last thing at night, and it sucks, and it's not what you want to do, but you're going to thank yourself later.
Right.
And then another thing that I find really helpful is kind of making piles of what you want to do with it. Is this a keep? Is this a donate? Is this a goes to family? Is this a repurpose or goes to a different room? You can have 10 piles, you can have 2 piles. But if you can take those items and put them out and then deal with a pile at a time, it gets things moving. But you
Hmm.
also have to be realistic, right? Because some
Hmm.
people will be like, oh, I want to donate this. And then the donate pile sits there for 6 months. You
I
have to
have to
keep
have my donate out immediately,
out.
which is
Like
why,
that
yeah.
momentum is key.
Yeah.
So it's, I think, I guess the macro to micro, giving yourself reasonable timelines and keeping the momentum going. And also
Okay.
not buying to replace what you just got rid of, because that can be something that people do
My
too, where
bad.
it's like, yeah, but it's a safety thing, right? It's like, oh, yeah, okay, I got that. Well, maybe I need
Yeah.
a newer version, or I had that red top that I got rid of, but I need a pink top instead, or whatever. So trying not to replace it right away and
Okay.
really utilizing what you have is probably a way to start, at least.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
it's funny too, because you were saying earlier about how you moved a lot as a child and not taking
yeah,
stuff with you.
no.
But, my mom and I, we moved quite a bit as well. And we just took everything with
Everything
us.
with you? Yeah.
Yeah, everything. But I think too, going into the childhood stuff again, we had a really significant flood when I was a kid,
Yes.
and it damaged a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that kind of experience stuck with me. And then in my house now, I also had a flood. I managed to salvage a lot of stuff, but it was just, it's like traumatizing in a sense. But also, too, I'm like, well, it gave me the kickstart. Like the universe was like,
Exactly.
no, you're fucking doing this. And it gave me a good kickstart to get rid of a lot of
Exactly.
shit in my basement that I hadn't seen in years, anyways.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I think too, like just the importance of like the mind, body, soul with decluttering, because it's really hard to
Yeah.
have kind of inner peace and harmony when you're in a chaotic space or
It
space with
is.
piles of paper and you open your closet and things fall out or whatever it is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So,
I mean, some people do have, and again, it's that scale. Like you have a minimalist or a maximalist
mhm.
type that you like to decor. I'm more, I feel like I'm in the middle. Like minimalist to me feels kind of cold, but
Yeah.
that's my preference. Where
Right.
maximalist, I like it, but then I feel crushed. So, but I like that kind of in
Mm.
between where I want that lived in feeling. But
Yes.
I guess what I'm trying to say with that is like you have to find, that sweet spot for you too
Yep.
without having nothing to live with or like you're drowning in your stuff,
Yes. Yeah. No,
Like
that makes
depending on your
complete sense.
style, there's that kind of
That's one of my, I mean, I'm not a big like, ooh, let's make resolutions for January, but one of my goals in life in the very near future is to absolutely do that, especially since I'm doing a bunch of renovations and stuff.
yes,
So, and that's why I actually bought this dresser was
which
to
is
organize.
beautiful. It's
Yeah,
really nice.
it's
Yeah.
it's getting there. I'm not going to show you the inside of it just yet.
Yeah, that's
That's another. And my poor mom, she did some organizing in there the other day, and then
yeah,
I thought, oh, I'm going to organize. There's a cupboard over here, and then I ran out of time and threw everything from the cupboard to there. So
that happens a lot
I'm
too.
gonna get on that.
Yes, and that
Yeah,
like transfer of stuff. So instead of transferring, actually during the process, taking out the pieces you don't need and
yeah,
then moving it along. That's another thing. But you know what? I also say, and I have this too, you need a clutter drawer. Like
yeah,
everybody needs a clutter drawer. And it's like one per person is what I allot.
yes,
So we have three because we have three people in our house. So I
right.
get one, my fiance, hubby, whatever you want to call him, gets one. And
Whatever you
then
want to call them. Yeah,
whatever you want to call him. And then Miriam gets one, my son, where I'm
yes,
like, you could just throw whatever you want in this bin. That's fine. Like we're human. Like you're not going
I
to, like,
know.
you know, it's fine. You don't have to be perfectly organized either. Like there's room
No, but
for,
you're yeah, and I mean that makes sense too. So I'm gonna take this motivation. So right now I have a clutter room. Let's
okay.
so and um I don't even think I can open the closet. I'm painting such a foul picture, but you know what? I know I'm not the only one out there, so don't judge me.
No,
But
absolutely not.
not you, all the people that are watching. No.
Yeah.
But um, but yeah, no, I'm gonna take those words of wisdom, those tips, that advice, all the little tricks that you just gave, and I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna probably call you tomorrow crying
That's
and
fine.
seeing when you can get your ass up here to help me because
I am here for emotional support.
I
Love
have
you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I'll carry the laptop around
Yeah, just give
with
me the
you with
visual.
you.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you
Oh,
go.
I've had people do that. Be like, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? I'm like, out, out, keep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a
Yeah.
good yeah,
It's
no,
a good way to
totally.
do it. If I'm not able to make it out, they're able to just like visually show me and I can kind of give,
Yeah.
when's the last time you used that? How long has that been in the closet? Do you need 8 red shirts? It's yeah.
Yeah, totally. So you are primarily in the London, Ontario area is where you do most
Yes.
of your decluttering?
Yeah, I mean I reside in Strathroy, which is a small town about 30 minutes away from London, give or
Mhm.
take. So we do have like surrounding areas. But yes, I'm more than happy to head into London, to do help people out with whatever it may be. So, and again, it could be something from literally 2 drawers to like reorganizing a garage, if that's what
Right.
you need. And garages can be pain points for a lot of people, understandably, because that ends to be like the dumping zone or like all
Right.
of my Christmas decorations go into the garage, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
totally.
So yeah, so I'm happy to travel, definitely.
And sorry, just going back to, I have to ask about the name before we wrap up because I know people will want to know how did you come up with it? And I always want to call it motherfucking clutter,
Yeah.
but how did you come up with mother
Well,
clutter?
you help me. Don't
Oh, did I?
you get props on this. So it is a play on the word mother effer, but
Motherfucker is what she's saying.
I'm trying to be polite, Nina.
That's okay. This is gonna, yeah, we're good.
I'll be
I feel like people have heard the name fucker before.
I'm sure they have. But it was a play on motherfucker and mother
Right.
clutter. Also because I'm dealing with clutter and I'm now a mother. So it kind of like tied in beautifully. So that was the name I went with, Mother Clutter.
And that is also, motherfucker, is what I say when I have to declutter.
Declutter.
So there
Yeah.
you go. So it
There's a
all
lot
makes
of swear
sense.
words that I've heard many swear
Oh,
words
I'm
during the
sure you
process.
have.
But it's
Oh,
also, you got to get it out. Like you got to get the
yep. Well, yeah,
right? The
especially when
heaviness out. You got to let it out.
it's
Like,
like the old energy getting out and all that. Yeah,
yes,
exactly, right?
absolutely. The amount
Totally.
of energy that these items hold that weigh you down that you don't even realize, like
Oh, it's unbelievable.
that's where that like
Yeah.
comes in, when people can
Yeah,
just
totally.
breathe because it's that stale old energy that's being moved that needs
Yep.
to get out.
Yep. Breathing's good. Breathing's good.
It
And
is.
where can we find you to get a hold of
So
you?
I am slowly because I have a
I know.
love-hate relationship with
I
social
hear you.
media. The
Hmm.
struggle is real. But I do
It
have
is.
a Instagram as well as Facebook page that you can find me, Mother Clutter. And so, I mean, by all means, also we can plug some details at the end or whatever, to get in touch with me. Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
I am not, oh, what is this?
I don't know.
What is
You look
that? What
sexy.
I'm trying to look half decent on our podcast here. Um,
I
I,
fucking missed you so much.
I know. I did not come prepared with like my bit. This is how bad I am with social media. I don't have my business card ready.
That's okay. We
It's a
can plug it later, and we're gonna have lots of time to plug
we
it moving
will.
forward because oh, that was weird.
Oh,
Because Jules and I are actually gonna be back behind the mics permanently.
yes.
And we're going to be doing a monthly episode, name to be determined, and that is going to be starting on Wednesday, February 11th. You can check that out on This Witch is Viral Instagram. Here,
Oh,
text me. Oh,
I meant for people to mark their calendar.
oh, mark your calendar. I
Yeah.
thought I'm like, is there something wrong with your hand?
I can't. Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you so much. I am so excited to see your beautiful face every month.
I need to
Um,
get some background. Hey, this is like
I
depressing.
know
You have
I
this
spent the
gorgeous, like, oh, I don't know which way you're going to be when we're. Anyways,
You look like you're doing like airport control or whatever it's called right now.
voguing. I'll try for maybe a background. I don't know. I'm
We'll
a
figure it
mom. I have
out.
3 cats. I don't have time for this shit.
I know. I love your cats. Is your cat still there? Your latest one, Beatrice?
Yes, I thought Beatrice would be crawling all over me during this, but she's relaxing on a chair beside me.
Aw, fine. That's the same with Raina. So
Yeah. So yeah.
maybe
But
we'll
anyways,
have to bring him during another episode
we'll
for sure.
yeah, show off our babies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we'll have lots more to talk about. We are very excited. If
Very.
you didn't follow our broadcast to podcast journey previously, that ended in 2021. Apparently, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Our actual friendship never ended. It was just, we kind of
Life
went in different
happened.
ways, and we're going to delve into a bunch of that stuff, plus more coming up. Like I said, first episode will be released Wednesday, February 11th. It will be on YouTube, and we'll get her on Spotify as well. And you can look for the link and all of that under This Witch is Viral, which is also where you can find this episode, this crazy episode. That was also very informative and awesome.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you for
no,
letting
thank
me shed
you.
light. Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
appreciate it.
much. But yeah, we're super excited to come back and Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you, Jules.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Stop recording. This is how you fucking stop the record button.
Did you get it?